Hey, I'm going insane. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies. And today I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new Mickey 17. This is a new film written and directed by... Written but adapted from a novel. But it is screenwritten and directed by the one and only South Korean director Joon-Ho. Yes. So, yeah. Oh my god, this is one of the most anticipated films of the year for me. I was so hyped to see this film. You have no idea. If you don't know this, Bong Joon-ho is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. Definitely in my top 5 favorite directors. I take so much inspiration from him. When I saw Parasite for the first time in 2019, when I turned 17 years old, my life was pretty much changed because Parasite convinced me to be a writer-director instead of an actor. Because before Parasite, I still kind of wanted to be an actor, but Parasite basically sealed the deal for me. But on top of that, Bong Joon-ho has made a myriad, and by a myriad I mean a lot of just films that make my jaws drop to the floor, drop dead. Films like Memories of Murder, literally one of my favorite films of all times. We have The Host, we have Mother. These Korean crime thrillers are extremely cutting, deeply clever, satirical takes, socio-political commentaries on Korean society that is also at the same time very universal. It's about corporatism. It's about the powers that be. Now, obviously, Parasite, given that this is not only his most popular film, but also one of the most popular films ever, and given how successful it is, given that it has won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, and then the Best Freaking Picture, first non-English speaking Best Picture winner in Oscars history, you know, Bong Joon-ho has become a bit of a legend already. So with that legendary status, he has a lot of burden and a lot of weight on his shoulders in terms of what he's going to do next. So it's a toss-up between an animated film about a deep-sea creature or an adaptation of the novel Mickey 7, which became Mickey 17. Now, this film hasn't been officially released in North America yet. This film will be officially released on March 7th. But I got to see an advanced screening for free because I am a USC film student. And not only that, we also got free chicken tenders and a free t-shirt and a free poster at the end of the film. I mean, just check this out. There they are. Oh my god. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Oh my god.
Z is on the far left and everything else is in between.
Huang's your last name.
Yeah. Yo. Oh, 一個 triple seat 邊度啊？
有人買咗嘢，你可以，哎，呢度。What the hell？肯定勁垃圾一次。
Actual signage on them. So if you have a seat next to you that's open or that has a bag on it, that is an open seat right now because we have stopped letting people in. A quick announcement, we have anti-piracy security here in the theater tonight. They are going to have night vision goggles. They're going to be making sure that nobody is recording the film in any way, so please turn off all of your electronic devices.
Watched the movie, you saw the sauces. We do have a food truck with wings and sauces for you. And we also have some merch. So we have shirts and plushies. So we really, one second, please. I know. Again, we really hope you enjoyed the film. we will be exiting through these doors and then lining up. If you go out of that way, you're just gonna be at the end of the line because we have people stop.
Snowpiercer moment.
This is how they get social media content. Whose marketing plan is this?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Justin! Yeah. That's a... No fucking way. Bro. That's crazy.
因為間 film 好有用㗎，即係而家你都叫你啲 friend 去睇，like suddenly they're like movie that you have like many years ago，我覺得佢做係越嚟越好啊。
Whoa, we got the menu reference. Oh my god. Herbs, fancy mayo, supernova, Long Island honey mustard,
Ric Flair drip.
Ric Flair drip, double trouble, slop top, little musty,
Oh, you slop top.
sticky licky.
Maybe a better movie.
Thank you for the chicken and the waffle fries. Be sure to share on social media. Hashtag Mickey17, hashtag Mickey17 sauce tour. Here we go. Leah, how you doing, Leah? She's doing phenomenal.
Thank
Don't worry about her.
you. Oh my god. Yin and yang. What sauce should I try? I need to get the slop top. I need to get the C3. Oh, can I have some slop top too?
Yeah.
What's in the slop top? Oh shit.
Like chapter.
Bro, everyone's getting the merch. Everyone's getting the free merch. This is a Parasite moment.
I know, I got it.
Yeah, you want to get powdered? Yes, don't be perfect. Thank you so much. From here, extra large. And medium, got it.
So yeah, the t-shirt they gave me is a bit it's a bit simplistic in terms of its design. I guess they gotta save up somewhere, but it is a t-shirt nonetheless, a free t-shirt. And we also got chicken tenders with multiple, like 20 different kinds of sauces that we could try out, because sauces, like dipping sauces, they play a huge role in Mickey 17's story. So, not only that, but also, you know, I usually sneakily take a photo during the movie. I know that is a huge cardinal sin, but sometimes I just gotta do it. But they had freaking bouncers wearing suits and literally wearing night vision goggles during the entire film to make sure none of us pull out our phones. Now that is freaking next level, I have to admit. So, Mickey 17, this is a sci-fi comedy thriller drama about Mickey Barnes, played by Robert Pattinson. This is sometime in the future. He is an expendable, where he works at a space station and his job is to die. Scientists kill him off, scientists make him die so that they could advance technology. They use him to create a vaccine for this deadly virus on this deadly planet called Niflheim. And all of this is just to benefit the powerful big bad evil that is Kenneth Marshall, played by Mark Ruffalo, and his wife, Toni Collette. And essentially it is about Mickey 17 dealing with constantly dying, and every time he dies, he gets reprinted. At one point, he finds out that they reprinted him before he even died. So now there's Mickey 18 and there's Mickey 17. So now there are two Mickeys, and drama unfolds from then on. Now, one thing you need to know about this film is that it is constantly delayed. Its original release date was last year, back in April, or last year March, but it got delayed again and again, and so a lot of fans were pretty skeptical. Wait, why are we not getting a new Bong Joon-ho film in 6 years? What is going on? Now, you have to admit that this is Bong Joon-ho's most Hollywood-friendly film. Of course, when it comes to Bong Joon-ho's English films, we have Snowpiercer and Okja, both films I really like, actually. I really enjoyed. But this one is the most Hollywoodish yet. You can definitely tell that Bong Joon-ho wasn't the guy who came up with this story, and it's very much an adaptation. Snowpiercer is an adaptation, but Bong Joon-ho had way more creative control over what the story will be, while this one is easily the most un-Pong-ly film to Bong Joon-ho's career so far. And not only that, but it's also the cleanest film. It's very clean. It doesn't have the same gritty, weird quirkiness that a lot of other Bong Joon-ho films has. I mean, it's still weird, it's still quirky, but it's just the cleanest and the safest film yet. There is no Korean spoken in this film at all. Usually when Bong Joon-ho directs an English film, there is at least a couple of side characters who are Korean and they speak Korean to each other, but no Korean at all. The only Korean thing in this film is Steven Yeun, and he speaks only in English in this thing. Now, we have Act 1 of the film, which I personally think is kind of tedious. Essentially, we have a flashback. The entire Act 1 is a flashback that recaps everything Mickey has gone through up until he became the 17th version of himself. And this became a really, really long montage that I wish would just be stretched longer so that I'm more invested in the world building and the lore and the story. I just thought maybe there's a director's cut of this film where Act 1 is way longer and way more captivating. Because every other Bong Joon-ho's films, Acts 1, are always immediate, snappy, witty, gets to the point almost immediately. But Mickey 17's Act 1 just took a really long time. Meanwhile, the last act of Mickey 17 is basically a rework of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds. I'm gonna try to not spoil anything, but essentially they're on this planet, and there are these creatures. They're called creepers. Aw, man. And apparently they're modeled after a croissant, which is pretty funny. But here's the thing. They're basically ohms in Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and instead of a little girl trying to protect these creatures, it's two goofy Robert Pattinsons, which is still fun, but not as moving or as powerful as if it's a little girl doing it. Now, Act 2, however, is easily the best act, because in the beginning of Act 2, when Mickey 17 found out about Mickey 18, that is when the film basically turns into a screwball comedy, and there is even a scene that feels like it came from Challengers. I don't know if Bong Joon-ho intended to make a Challengers reference, but my headcanon is that he saw Challengers and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna write and direct a scene and it's gonna look like Challengers, because why not? But aside from that, every camera movement, every crazy edit feels like something a big blockbuster movie would do instead of something from Bong Joon-ho's genius. It's just a bit more stylized. But aside from that, there's still a lot of Pong-isms in this film, a lot of specific quirky humor. There are multiple scenes in this movie related to sauces, like dipping sauces, and how only powerful people get to dip in sauces, which is really interesting. It's a really interesting observation. I think a lot of impoverished people, a lot of people who are financially struggling, they don't have the luxury to worry about dipping sauces. They just want to eat. But essentially, Toni Collette's character is really obsessed with sauces. There's a scene where She does something to a creature and turns it into something edible, which immediately reminds me of the sausage scene in Okja. Really messed up. There's also when Mickey 17 was running after Mickey 18, suddenly he's being caught off guard by a man in a pigeon suit trying to take a photo of him because he won some kind of prize, and that prize is to have dinner with Mark Ruffalo's character. It's very specific, but when I saw this scene, I'm immediately reminded of Influenza, which is one of Bong Joon-ho's early short films, where something similar happens, where two guys try to rob a bank, but instead they, like the staff of the bank, takes a photo with the robbers because they're like the 1000th customer or something, which is so ironic. I like seeing these little Pong-isms coming back. Now, as expected, Bong Joon-ho once again critiques capitalism and authoritarianism. Mark Ruffalo's character is literally a very on-the-nose recreation of Donald Trump. His voice is just fantastic. He's just talking like this. Let's kill him. We don't need him anymore. Let's kill him. And Mark Ruffalo is surprisingly fun as a character. Did not see that coming. And at the same time, Bong Joon-ho, once again, like Okja, like the host, has an affinity towards big creatures. But the quirky humor in Mickey 17 just didn't gel as well as when the humor is in his gritty Korean films. And I think in terms of the political commentary, this might be his most shallow film yet. It's just very on the nose, and on the nose is great. It's goofy, but it's also not as deeply cutting as that of Parasite or Mother. And my final critique is that I wish they have played with it more, because the concept of printing and reprinting yourself, cloning, has a lot of story potential. I wish this film would have done the same rule bending, breaking thing as The Substance did or Death Note did when it comes to playing with rules. But overall, I know I just said a lot of negative shit, but this is still very funny and very charming as an original sci-fi thriller that doesn't belong to a franchise or anything. It is a fun time. It is a bit clunky, and I do think it is his weakest film to date, but it's still really fun. So I'm kind of thinking of giving this film a strong 7, maybe to a light 8 out of 10. I don't know. I need to rewatch it to figure out. Light 8. I'm going to be lenient because of the chicken tenders. Light 8. So, have you watched Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17? Probably not, because it hasn't even been widely released. Please watch it 2 days later when it premieres. So, what are your thoughts? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.